Cards. Cards. Guys, happy Monday. We are going to do a mailbag. I can tell you right this minute, so you can back out before I start, that there's no GPK involved. I can show some GPK stuff after, but I want to start with what came in to the archive today. I don't know about you guys, but I love Mondays for this reason. Always have a pile of mail outside my door on Mondays. It just builds up, I guess. I don't know how the postal system works in that regard, but it just seems like Mondays are usually a pretty heavy day with packages coming in. Again, none of these that I remember is GPK based. Looks like there's 7 here to open. So if you want to join me for the ride, I want to get started. And we can definitely talk Garbage Pail Kids. I don't know if you guys saw me on Don this weekend. I made over $1,000 selling on Don. That place is just amazing. Just to sell, whatever you want to sell. But it's very quick. I still got items that on there listed. Not much, because most everything's sold pretty quick. And I wasn't going for high dollar. I was going for mid-market. So, I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off of what I'm selling. I definitely want to always get my money back. It's always nice to make a little profit because, you're putting in work shipping this crap and packaging it up. I spent yesterday alone 3 hours packing up stuff. 3 hours. At least 3 hours, actually. Yeah, it was the whole afternoon. All right, I'm going to start with what I think is a good one. Again, no GPK involved. It's all like candy and cards and stuff. Let's take a look. I think I know what this is. Now, you will see sort of the spirit of Garbage Pail Kids throughout all this. But these are items that I just got into the archive today. I'm also going to be shooting some video for my YouTube channel because some of these items are pretty special. So, all right, let's start. This is package number 1. Okay. Here's my trusty tool here. Got an item that was put into a Macy's box. It's not shoes though. Move all this shit. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. This is a very special item. Very, very special item. It was made in 1985. It's wrapped very well, so it's going to take me a minute to get it open. Yeah, this is only the second one of these candy boxes I've ever seen. This is number 2. I wasn't able to buy the first one. It went for too much money. This one was not cheap either, but it was just a good time for me to buy it. And it's been 6 years since the last one came up for sale, and I don't have 6 more years to wait. Yeah, this thing's incredible. You're looking at a Leaf gum. That's the company. So not Tops, it's Leaf. Boot Hill candy. Immediately, what's striking about the box is we see a pretty taboo noose. You don't see that a lot when with relation to kids items. Just seeing a noose, someone's dead here, probably a cowboy's got holes in his shoes. And then you have the sayings. It's also, what's cool is the box is a graveyard. You have the wall here of the graveyard, you have the gate of the graveyard. It goes around. It's a pretty exciting piece. Also, it's a 36 count, meaning it's bigger than the normal 24. It's a nice item. I'm struck by 35 cents here. Wow, we were lucky as kids. Nowadays, something like this would be $2.50 in the stores a unit. If you don't know, Boot Hill is basically a graveyard with cowboys in it, and they put a lot of funny epitaphs on the gravestones. Let's open this thing up. Jesus, this thing has been sitting in a warehouse for 40 years. Will they all be in there? Whew. Yeah, this one's perforated, so let's put it up. Let's get it all set up here. Sorry, just realized the screen, couldn't see it. Okay. Now there's 12 in the set. They all have funny sayings on them. Here lies our old friend Daryl. Took the last look down the length of a barrel. Now this is a quote from a real tombstone at Boot Hill, a legendary graveyard of cowboys. So they're real life epitaphs. So that's really cool. And there's 12, so that means there's 2 doubles in the box here. Great item. Wow. I think very Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, again, it deals with death. We've had several characters that have a noose around their necks. Just the whole theme is a little gritty and dark. Awesome. Let me set you down. We'll take a look at the next piece that came into the garbage archive. Let's go for another pretty big one here. It feels light though, I'll be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I'm selling stuff, Garbage Pail Kids stuff, so I'm not really buying much. I did buy a piece of art this weekend. That'll come hopefully this week that we can look at. Oh, this is cool. Definitely made when Garbage Pail Kids was on shelves. I believe this was 1985 as well. This is by Fleer though, the rival of Tops. It says Ape approved. I don't even think this would be made in our time of this time, you know. This is just something I don't think a lot of companies would take a risk on. I can tell you right now, this piece of gum inside is super big. It's just, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't have that piece. I'm really glad it came into the archive. Sorry, the phone. Okay, let's see what's in here. Ooh, I need to be careful. I just cut into that, and that's an old box. From Natalie McCrae. Okay. This is special. I forgot about this one. Oh, this might be the best one of the whole day. I've got this thing when I buy something, it's almost like I kind of hold my breath. Like I don't want to jinx it from maybe the mail people losing it. Oh, okay. This was totally extra. The seller put it in a vintage Russell Stover's candy French chocolate mints box. I remember this when I was a kid. This is not what I bought though. Let's take a look inside. This is going to be cool as hell, I can tell you right now. Very, very rare and special item. Holy shit. This is a Willy Wonka 1970s bottle caps. There's 4 of them. Mint condition. The seller said these were bought at Disney World back in the 70s, which you wouldn't know that from looking at these, but very, very cool. I got them for a really good price. Really happy to have those. And the box, that was cool too. All right, let's see what else. That feels like cards. Yeah, I still I invest in trading cards. To me, that's kind of what cards are. I mean, that's how I grew up with them, at least, for the most part. Especially sports cards. Because what else are you going to do with them? Plus, they have a distinct value that you can watch. Yeah, these came out a couple weeks ago. Teofimo Lopez is a lightweight champion, or was. So I bought a shitload of those. These are his rookie. They don't make a lot of boxing cards. So to get these, I had to go into a multi-sport set. And the seller just picked them out for me. Like there was LeBron James was in there, Michael Jordan, just, you know, a bunch of random sports people. But they always put one boxer every year, so I always buy hordes of whoever that boxer is. All right. All right, this feels like a card as well, or cards. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't really look at Garbage Pail Kids as something I'm going to buy for an investment. It's way better to me to buy sports figures who can improve upon their careers, because that's what makes them go up in value. As you can see, I bought more Teofimos. All right, from a different seller. Put those over there. Move some of this shit. Let's see what's in here. This actually came in Saturday. I've been dying to open it. Okay. The package is a little intriguing because it's so well put together. Yeah, I have some art from Tom Bunk coming in. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, this is cool. This is from 1985. This is the year Garbage Pail Kids were put on shelves. This is by Topps. This was right next to where the pink packs were. If you talk to Mark Newgarden, he has a lot of memories with Pal Candy. He was the designer on this. I don't know who the artist is per se. Might be Mark, actually. But yeah, Mark is as passionate about Pal and some of these other candies as he is with Garbage Pail Kids. But yeah, this is the display box. I don't have one of these in hand, but I have a bunch of these, but they're like little bombs. And so as you can see, you pull out the fuse, and it has a sticky lollipop that you lick. Then you dip it back into here, which represents gunpowder, and you lick it off. Again, I don't know why people aren't collecting these. They're incredible. It's from the same mind that created Garbage Pail Kids. Same year Garbage Pail Kids came out. I mean, what the fuck are we doing, man? I know what I'm doing. I don't just collect Garbage Pail Kids, I collect the whole store. Got food items from 1985 as well. Just random food items. This is the last one. And then we can look at some Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, okay. Is that it? This is cool. This is very cool. The only time I've ever seen this, yeah. Okay, this one's special as well. I'm pretty sure this is the first viewing, at least, you know, in modern times, of Necco's Hot Stinky Feet candy. When this came on eBay, it was about the quickest I've ever purchased anything. This is from 1991. So it's about 30 years old, right? 31 years old. And it's got a skateboarder. What's not to like? Tommy Toe-rific. His feet are on fire. Very Garbage Pail Kids. Plus, it's implying that we're eating his stinky feet. I love how they're a red color, like they're hot. And it's cinnamon, so I guess it's kind of spicy tasting. God. Only time I've ever seen this thing. And that's like, what, 16 years of collecting this stuff. First time I've ever, I didn't hear of this. I didn't know it existed. I just can't believe this existed and I didn't know about it. Something with that high of a novelty factor in my category of gross and weird and taboo curiosity candy. I hope you guys see the vision here. On one hand, you have Garbage Pail Kids. Got a guy with stinky feet hitting a little castle here. This is by Luis Diaz, 2006. You might remember the card from All New Series 6. And then you have stuff, stinky feet. It's all like, it all has novelty factors. Here we're seeing his head explode. Here we're seeing a bomb explode. Here we're seeing a figure falling in space. Here we have another one with his eye falling in space. Wacky. Things that are dying or exploding or getting hurt. And making light of that. This is just stuff that I love, man. You know, to me, it's all Garbage Pail Kids. It's all like 80s novelty, you know, so really cool. Cool, we got some time left. Yo, what's on everyone's mind today? Put this shit up. Dude, cards, I mean, this isn't something I'm going to look at, right? I'm going to put this in my box with the other cards. They're going to sit in there probably forever. They're not display pieces. This is something you display. This is something you put on the wall. This is something you would show people. You don't show people cards. There's nothing. Cards are just money. They're just. I mean, really, if you watched my long ass video last week, I went into sort of that situation. Let's see what this binder is. My room is total chaos. Oh, this is candy. I don't know if y'all want to see this. Anybody want to see this stuff or no? Yeah, y'all want to see my candy? Yeah. Y'all want to see the archive? mean, I can say Garbage Pail Kids. That's just some bullshit I'm selling up there. Yeah, I got like 3 people in here. It's all good, man. I'm just chilling, opening up my mail, drinking my double. Yeah, we can look at some shit. These are price stickers. This one's dated 1969. It's from World's War. They changed up their logo from decade to decade. There's 70s logos, 80s. Jefferson Ward. Some of these places aren't even around. Eckerd's one of my favorite stores of all time. YDC. Roses. This is one of my favorite price stickers. Old Kmart's from the 80s. This one's dated 1982. May 25th, 1982. Kmart. Yellow price sticker. KK Toys not in existence. Riches. Old World. I can't even say it. Worth. This one's 1983. So I collect everything, man. I told you I collect the whole store. This is not all my price stickers. These are just some of my favorites. And sometimes it's just convenience. Like one will fall off a package and I'll slip it in there and see how they're not really organized. One of my favorites actually is this 1990s Hot Topic. Super rare. It came off of a coffin candy. Some of these places don't even exist. I had a video store one, a very rare video store. It's somewhere else. Rolos. Rolos, if you didn't know, is a UK candy that came over to the States in the early 80s. I remember I'm like 81-ish. Like I would play with my Star Wars, my Kenner Star Wars and eat Rolos. A few of these are England, and if not all of them. Actually, they're all England. That's Germany. Oh, here's some more. Okay, that's American. Polo is a rival of Rolo, but it's UK. Evel Knievel promotion of Chuckles candy. This is extremely rare because this happened in 1977 when he jumped the part of the Grand Canyon on a motorcycle bike. And they made this Nabisco Chuckles candy for that event. I paid like $300 and something for this, which was a steal. Wacky Races is a famous cartoon from the 70s. I really bought that for my wife, who's a little older than me, and she used to watch that when she was a kid. Old 80s candy. I don't collect a lot of just generic chocolate candy, but I get them into the archive sometimes. And they're cool, it's just not my thing because they're not novelty. There's nothing novelty about a Snickers bar. It's just something you eat and throw away, But they're still pretty cool, It's cool to see a 80s Whopper and remember Special Dark. I always hated those. It's cool to see the old 80s things. And I always throw them in here because there's not much to see, There's nothing really special about it. They're just old chocolate wrappers. Nice, pretty big visuals on it. These are from the 70s. So just miscellaneous. We're sort of in the miscellaneous American chocolate section of this flat file. This is actually pretty rare. This is an 80s Beto Honey wax wrapper. Something we saw a lot at Halloween, if you remember. Sort of like a caramel-like thing, kind of hard. Had a hard, kind of unnatural shell to it. Yeah, I'm really passionate about candy. These are from 1985. A lot of the things I own is from the 1985 because I'm into Garbage Pail Kids. And so it's in that same spirit. Some of the same artists that created some of these are the same dudes that made the shit that you guys love, right? So this is a really cool series. As you can see, the mascots on them look like Garbage Pail Kids. Not the same style, but the same theme. Great pieces of advertising here. They all have their own special names like Screwy, Batty, Creation, all this stuff. Cracker, sounds racist. And we're into Jungle Jollies. This is made by Alberts. Again, around the mid-80s we're in to. These are the original Laffy Taffies. These are the ones I would eat a lot when I was in like 2nd grade. Made by Bikes. It's pronounced Bikes, not bitches. And these are from the 70s. This is more like what my wife would eat, or maybe even my mom would eat, the ones from the 60s. So I have a, in the archive, I have all this, this historical pieces here. It's not just visual. There's like a story involved. These are some other ones. Phantom is a famous comic. Okay, these were made by Jay Lynch. The Garbage Pail artist Jay Lynch. He designed that character. You can tell by the style. It's classic Jay Lynch. He also named it Acid Rocks. It was originally named Acid Drops, but the company Alberts changed it at last minute because Jay wanted it to be like acid, like you're dropping acid, because they were super sour, and plus they had like a little crackly. Like I've eaten one. I actually ate a vintage one. And Adam Richmond ate a vintage one too, but when we were on the show, but that's why that one's empty. They had like a little crackle to them, and that this is from the mind of the same people that designed Garbage Pail Kids. Literally, this was made by Jay Lynch. But anyway, that's the whole set. Unfortunately, it was changed to Acid Rocks instead of the original Acid Drops. Old 80s Lifesaver, Sweet Tarts, just miscellaneous. Not everything clicks into certain places. Sometimes you just have to put shit where it goes, where you have room. This is one of my most prized possessions in the candy category. It's one of the first Zots from the 70s. No one else has this. No one. And if they do, I'm going to end up with it. This is 1962 Now and Later. This is, again, one of the first runs of Now and Later. This is a 90s run, which is almost just as rare as the 60s. Any old Now and Later is extremely rare. The reason, have you ever eaten a Now and Later? The fucking wrapper falls to pieces in your hands. It's very hard to save anything Now and Later. The reason this got saved is because back in the day it was a longer stick. It was easier to save the packaging. The reason this got saved, it was a wax wrapper. It was easy to open and not fucking tear to pieces. That's one of the insert wrappers. I have the original Sour Patch Kids. This is the first Sour Patch Kid. This is from 1982. You're looking at this is from the first run. I don't know anyone else that owns that. This one came out in 2002. Extremely rare. Guys, yeah, I just had a little time. If you're just getting here, I opened a bunch of shit. It was just miscellaneous. A lot of old candy. So really super great novelty candy if you like that kind of thing like me. But nothing Garbage Pail Kids, guys. It's just, I do have a piece of art coming in we'll look at, but I don't have much Garbage Pail Kids. I'm selling. I'm not buying. So these are Hostess pie wrappers. These got saved because there's one reason there's crazy people like me out there, but another reason they're wax and you can flatten them, and some people saved them. So these are the ones you probably remember. These are from the 80s. Well, this is 90s, but see the style change. These are 80s. Then they changed it to in the 90s, and they're dated May 11th. You can also tell by the pricing, this is 29 cents, this is 30 cents. Yeah, they've got to be the older ones. Absolutely beautiful, shockingly beautiful pieces of advertising. Who doesn't like an old Hostess pie wrapper, A lot of people have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. They're not super rare because so many people saved them, but they are pricey. It's one of those things, it's not rare, but it's popular. These are rare and not as popular, so you know how it is, you collect stuff. So these are old ring pops. They vary from 1979 all the way through the mid 80s, late 80s. This one's 2001. Very, very rare. Sometimes the first ones aren't the rare ones because people are alerted to the item and they'll save them because there's like, oh, what's this new thing? Let me save it, or something like that. But they don't always save like the middle ones. So sometimes things are rare, like the middle ones are rare. So in the case of ring pops, it's actually more rare to own one from the 90s or the early 2000s than the old 80s ones. These are from New Zealand. I used to have a close friend, not close friend, I used to have a contact in New Zealand. I think I aggravated him because I'd always ask him to buy me candy stuff and he bailed on me. But he got these for me back like 10 years ago. Old Starburst. You can see it's pretty rough shape. Old Starburst is actually very rare. I don't know why. A lot of people didn't save them. I don't know. You know, when you're opening a Starburst, I don't know about you, but they're easy to tear. Like it's kind of like this flimsy foil paper. Like they get really crumbly, just like this, just like these. So I don't think a lot of people saved them for that reason. And also Starburst was one of those that you would just put in your pocket, like you would eat 2 of them, because it was kind of aggravating to open like the little wax thing. So you'd put them in your pocket and then you go play basketball or whatever and they'd be destroyed. And so Starburst in that way is pretty fucking rare. Speaking of Starburst, one of my favorite items in the entire archive is a 1975 absolute stunner. Absolute fucking stunner. Skittles. This makes me want to just walk up and just start slapping people in the face. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Wake the hell up. Stop buying Chrome. By the way, it has the coolest 69 right in the fucking middle. I even like it better. This is 88. Let me put up my little 75 Skittles there. Super good condition, man. Yeah, just bury me with that. I just want that. Just throw it in my coffin when I die. Fun Dip. I've got Fun Dip that are sealed. What you're looking at, I have tons of sealed, but sometimes I give in wrappers, and sometimes things don't have a novelty factor, and so I'll put them in here. What happened with my Fun Dip, you see how it's bleeding through to the front? I had to empty them to save the container, save the packaging. So that's why these don't have candy in them. Pixie sticks, bottle caps. Remember the bottle caps that just came in today? Now these have the candy in them. There's no reason for me to open these. What's going to happen is I'm going to save one of these and I'm going to sell the 3 extras for $250 each. Because I can do that kind of stuff. Extremely rare, bad condition. This was found under a bleacher. They were clearing out bleachers in a high school gym. I think it was Pennsylvania. And they were finding all these old candy packages. And I fucking love these people for listing them to think, yeah, even though this has fucking black mold on it, there's got to be someone out there that wants this. And yes, you're right. Even though this was torn in half by some high schooler and thrown under a high school bleachers, there's got to be someone out there that wants it. Yeah, there are. I've got friends that actually dig in landfills, you know, like where trash is, and they'll dig up wrappers out of the landfill. I've got friends that go into abandoned houses and they'll mine the houses for old packaging. And they'll have mold on them. They'll be torn to fuck. Who cares? This is a 1992 Tangy Taffy Sunkiss wrapper. Extremely rare. It doesn't fucking matter about that tear. You still have all the graphics. You got the mascots. That's a $75 item right there. That's not trash. Old Mambas from the 80s. Fucking killer. The stuff is killer, man. Just the insert wrapper with the candy stain. It doesn't matter. It's history, man. No one saved this crap. These old blow pop wrappers with the fucking damage on them, doesn't matter. They still have graphics. They still have integrity with the imaging, right? So look at that. These are not meant. They don't have to be. It's a fucking miracle this even got saved. This had a sticky fucking lollipop inside. You ever eat a blow pop? You ever eat a fucking blow pop? What do you do with the wrapper? First of all, it's hard to get off. It fucking tears it almost every time when you open a blow pop. These are from the 80s. How the hell did this survive? It's a fucking miracle. It doesn't matter about the condition. You're looking at some of the rarest lollipop. Lollipop stuff is extremely rare. You don't see it. First of all, people don't think it's valuable, so they throw it away. Other people, well, it's nasty to begin with, so they throw it away. Like, you don't want some sticky wrapper. You know how it gets on your fingers? You can't get the shit off, you know? And plus, they are always torn, so people go, okay, no one wants it. But that's not true. Yeah, 1999 early Pokemon lollipop. You know how rare that is? Maybe I'll sell it to Jake Paul. Yeah, I know. Should be televised. Well, it kind of was, wasn't it? That's why history contacted me. This is nothing, man. This is just one random binder. You should see my attic, man. Yeah, this is just stuff like, this is like flat stuff I can throw in pages. Zeeb's one of my absolute favorite. This is 1990s, classic 90s, man. And you're seeing almost nothing of the Zeeb's category, but I love that company. These are old Wonka. These are like late 70s. I mean, that's a $400 wrapper right there. I paid, I think, $300 for it. This isn't bullshit, dude. This stuff is so fucking rare. If candy was as big as Garbage Pail Kids, this is $2,000 wrapper right there, at least. That's a $500 wrapper of Yummy Mummy's Willy Wonka, 1980. $1990. I think that's 80s though. I don't know why I think that's 80s. I love this. It's not particularly old. I actually bought this at Toys R Us back 2010. They're wanting you to eat slugs. How fucking cool is that? To me, this is Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, they want you to eat slugs. Sluggles, I love the name. It has a novelty name. It shows you what you're going to eat. Because if they didn't show you, you wouldn't, because you can't see the candy inside. And that's one reason I took the candy out, because there's no reason to leave them inside. You can't even see them. So the novelty factor is all on the front. Does that make sense? With Yummy Mummies, it shows you that the dipping sticks have mummy characters on them. And it also tells you they're different flavors. The reason the candy's not in that is because it started to... these tear because of the sharpness of the edges of the sticks. This is a first run Airheads. This is mid-80s. This is the first Airheads. I don't know anyone that owns the first run Airheads. I paid a stupid fucking amount for this. Oh, it has a date. My God, never mind. 1989, 10 cents. Holy fuck. 10 cents. What's an Airhead cost today? This is nice, you know, one of the medium sticks. Yeah, this is 1989, so it's late 80s. That's 90s. Razzles, everyone remembers those. This is the one I really remember. It's from the 90s. This is the one, like my mom would take me to Michael's, you know, arts and crafts, because I was always an art kid and stuff, still am. And the only place I could find Razzles was at like a Michael's, because you know they always had cool novelty candy in the front of the store. Some of them still do. So Michael's used to be my little Razzles score spot. Some of these are 80s. They're mixed in with actually some modern ones. These are some you'd see a couple years ago. Bonkers, a lot of people remember those. These are 80s as well. This is a Ninja Turtles promotional one from 89. This one's older, more like Garbage Pail Kid era. This is the return of Bonkers from like 20 years ago. They returned it for a while. Yeah, I love my Bonkers, man. This is from 1985. This is a Bonkers Ugly Ball offer. If you sent enough of these in, they'd give you one of the Mad Ball looking Ugly Balls. And do you know there's actually a wrapper? It looks like this. Let me move this. It looks like this, but instead of Ninja Turtles, it has a fucking Mad Ball right there. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. There's only one person that owns it. And he wants a stupid amount of money. This is extremely rare. This is a Goonies era Baby Ruth. You can find vintage Baby Ruth, but why this was so randomly rare is the year this was made. Curtis, the company that made Baby Ruth, switched to Nabisco. And it was only during that 1 year. And what fucking year was it? 1985. It just was randomly the year Goonies came out. This took me 15 years to find. I don't know anyone else that has the actual Nabisco brand's 85 Baby Ruth like that. In Canada, they made the Goonies bar. This cost me $1,000. There's only 3 known in existence. And mine's super fucking mint. That was a good day. I was like, take my fucking money. And they did. They took that $1,000 and probably wasted it on fucking groceries. Something lame. I'd rather have history, man. I'll put that back later. Alien pods. This the bubble gum looked like a pebbly green alien pod. It was really cool, but I couldn't leave them in there because some of them smashed in storage and it started leaking out. And so I did have to take them out, unfortunately. I always thought this looked like balls. Fizzy Flying Saucers is a UK only package. You have these really cool alien mascots. Never seen another one. This is UK only Zegazoid. This is a candy bar, super fucking rare, from UK. Alien Spacers is a UK chip. This is actually a chip, it's not a candy product. Super rare. Torn, it doesn't matter. For all these aliens fruit snacks, is about $19.99. We're kind of in our space theme over here. These are UK. I don't care what country it's from. It's all about the package. It's all about the novelty for me. This would have been cool because if you pulled out the lollipop, it looked like a spaceship. It was sort of like a rocket pop. Remember those back in the day from the Ice Cream Man, rocket pops? So in the UK, they had, I guess, similar things like that. These are, I think, German or just European spacer bubblegums. That had a particularly interesting mascot of an alien. This is like a random little punk area. Not all the punk stuff I have, just the flat stuff that I can throw in. You know, this is all just wrappers. One of my wrapper bins. Binders, not bins. Hawaiian Punk Rocker. This is 1984 Fleer. Chew Dudes from 1985. This is Leaf. Felix. This is a Mexican, super rare, punk crazy hair, first run, like 2000 or maybe 1999. Super fucking rare graffiti gum. Graffiti gum. How cool is that? It says graffiti inside. The wrapper is a wall. 1997. Candy Punks by Bellamy. This is a UK. This was a gumball from a vending machine, and this is the header card that went up into the glass case. This is my Kojak section, Kojak Pops wrappers, and then Kojak Pops big lollipop wrapper. This is UK, the one in the back. Kind of the American area. Random Happy Days. Old 70s Cracker Jack. Something like this from the 70s, a Jolly Rancher 70s wrapper. Extremely rare. You ever opened a Jolly Rancher? It's a nasty fucking experience, man. The shit sticks to your fingers. Nobody wants this shit. It's like a little miracle, man. How the hell did that get saved? The story on this one, these all have stories, you know that. This was in someone's book. So this guy was selling some books off, and this fell out of the pages of a book, and he put it on eBay. Because I always ask people where they get this stuff. I'm always curious, you know. Even these Andy Candy mints, you know, you used to get these at restaurants in the 80s. Super fucking rare. Super rare. I can't believe I have two of them. Because, you know, you'd leave a steak restaurant, they'd give you one of these, you would eat it, and what would you do? You'd either make a paper airplane with this, like I did, and lose it in the car, or your dad or whoever would throw it in the trash immediately. Why save that? There was no reason to. I have a little thing with Sailor Moon, so you have to excuse me. Yeah, I fucking love Sailor Moon, man. Yeah, I collect a lot of Sailor Moon merch. She's my girl, man. It's got to be food related. I don't just collect fucking plush bullshit. Yeah, I like my little Sailor Moon stuff. Garbage Pail Kids in the back here. I'll leave you with this, guys. I know you got shit to do. These are some Garbage Pail Kids. Y'all know what these are. These are all new Series 1 stickers. They never worked. Honestly forgot these were back here. These are Syrian Garbage Pail Kids. I was the person that discovered these originally. You're looking at the whole set, and with multiples. There was 51? 50? There's 50 in the whole set. These are the wrappers they came in, and these are my extras that don't fit into my set. These are my chewing wrappers. Garbage Pail Kids. I have a whole bag with the candy inside. These are just my, oh, these are the ones everyone wants. These are the Series 2s. You can tell because Series 1 has a rounded organic edge. These are the straight banners. These were made after the lawsuit. These came in the bag that had Janie Brainy on the front of the bag. And they also changed the names to B names, or for the most part. I don't know if it was all just B names, though, but it was the other name of the character. And they also included new characters that you can't find in the first run of Chewy Candy. Yeah, a lot of people need these and want them. Actually, while you're here, let me just finish this one binder. That way I don't have to open it again. This is a UK Jaws potato chip bag. Super big graphic. Look how big that is. I mean, it's so fucking rad. I mean, how do you not buy this? I mean, if you buy this shit, look at this. Jaws, man. So powerful, man. Got this woman in a bikini fixing to get eaten by this fucking massive shark. Great graphics. Love the black and the red combo. Jaws, you know, big. It's double-sided. It's back there. You can't see it. Gremlins candy bar. You remember that shit? Remember Michael Jackson candy bars? Remember Lord of the Rings candy bars? This is actually from the UK. This is a Mexican super rare Jaws 1970s wrapper. I've had 3 collectors offer me, what did one offer me $900 for it. It was a Spanish collector or Mexican, I don't know what it was. He had to translate his message to me because, you know, this is Mexican. He told me he had the poster of the movie, you know, just a movie poster. This is a candy bar, so this is in a candy category, totally different. This is much more rare than just a movie poster. Yeah, there's no way I'm selling that for $1,000, dude. Fucking history, man. Got a fucking nude woman on it. Dude, this is a candy bar with a nude woman with tits, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Go find your own shit, man. You know how much time it took to find all this shit? 1989 Ghostbusters fucking fruit wrapper. About a Novo Bonbon Canadian 1990 prehistoric pack, dude. Find that. Oh yeah, it's dated. That's that Jaws that we just looked at, 1977. Right as fuck. Bikini Cola, bitches. 1984 Bikini Cola. Dude, they would never make this in our era. Only the 80s. Yeah, the History Channel actually took a video of this bar and we talked about it on camera. But it got cut, unfortunately. Fucking hot as hell, dude. Jesus Christ, man. And you can tell this is one of those, you know, like the kind of the bulbous, like the, you know, the bottles we used to have in the 80s. Like it wasn't straight. It was one of those rounded ones. Remember those from like the early to mid 80s? I wish I had one to show you. Slimer, this is extremely rare. This is taffy. These got torn to shreds when you opened them. This one luckily got saved by somebody. Toxic Avenger candy. This one was photographed for the History Channel as well. I paid around $500 for this. This is a historical candy wrapper. This was made after the 18th Amendment, when they started allowing people to buy alcohol again. This is a celebration candy bar. Dude, how fucking awesome is this? I just had to have it. Here we see a rum bottle. This is a candy bar that tastes like rum, and it's celebrating them finally getting, you know, ending prohibition. It didn't fit into my segment on History Channel, but they did photograph it. They're going to be using it in another show. But yeah, fucking awesome, man. These are fruit snacks, just miscellaneous. I don't always buy these intentionally. I'll get them in collections. Even this 2001 Blue's Clues is something I really like. It's really cool. You see blue on there. It's pretty rare. Super rare. Here's the only one of these I've ever seen. This is 1960s Rat Fink bubblegum. Now you see the Rat Fink plastic header, you know, the little toys, Rat Fink toys. Maybe your mom used to talk about it. I know my mom did. She used to have some when she was a kid, she told me. But this isn't that. This is a bubblegum Rat Fink, meaning when you bought this, it was a little character that was a piece of bubblegum. Never seen another one. They were a penny each. These came in penny vending machines, late 60s. This is a hippie Flower Children bubblegum header card. Again, 1 penny each bubblegum piece. Psychedelic. We're kind of in this 60s, 70s psychedelic section. Banana Splits bubblegum. Miscellaneous. I saved stuff like this. Here we have a 2003 Chick-fil-A honey mustard sauce. This is something I collected myself. I was saving candy stuff and food items back in the day. And I have more. I have some with the sauce actually in them, but they're in a different area. This is just like, this is stuff that's like flat already that I like to look at, so I'll put them in binders like this. This is kind of cool to me. You know, like you go in the gas station and you buy like a pack of bubble stuff like that. I think is really cool. Those are just some 1970s Pixie Sticks wrapper. I haven't bothered to take it out of what the guy melted in. Wish it had a date, but it doesn't. Maybe there's a date on the back. I haven't opened it to even see. Alright guys, that's all I got. Yeah, today, nothing really GPK. I did show, if you go back in the video, I did show chewy wrappers, kind of like an overflow, and then I showed all my Syrian. And there was some GPK, but not very much today. Just freestyling. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I got shit to do. Russ Van out.